If you've been following the 2023 season closely, you'll know that things are changing rapidly in the Scuderia camp. Charles Leclerc may have been the golden boy for Ferrari, but a new star is emerging, Carlos Sainz. In this video, we'll explore what's changed for Carlos Sainz at Ferrari and how he's challenging the established order. Let's get started. Since his early days in Formula One, Charles Leclerc has captured the attention of fans worldwide. First with Alfa Romeo and then with Ferrari, the Monegasque driver has consistently demonstrated his incredible speed on the track. 5 victories and an impressive 20 pole positions quickly made him a standout talent in the sport. Many pundits and fans alike believed that Leclerc had the potential to become a Formula One world champion. His remarkable performances in those early years fueled such expectations. But has he managed to live up to those lofty predictions? F1 expert Albert Fabrega shared his views ahead of the Japanese Grand Prix. From the Leclerc of 2019 to the one in 2023, there has been very little evolution. He is still that incredibly fast driver with immense talent, which I affirm, but he has stagnated and hasn't achieved the maturity and qualitative leap that, for example, Verstappen has made, improving his weaknesses while maintaining his strengths. In contrast, I get the feeling that Leclerc continues to make those mistakes. He is unable to be consistent or turn around poor Fridays into strong performances. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz has been on fire since the F1 season resumed after the summer break. 2 consecutive pole positions at Monza and Singapore, followed by a second career victory, have certainly caught the Formula One world's attention. In Singapore, Sainz said in an interview with the race, "I feel more at one with the car since the beginning of the season. Last year, that wasn't the case, and I had to change things with my driving and adapting and tuning the car to my liking." Opening up about his upturn in form, he said, "Having the time to switch off during the break, but at the same time to analyze and to put together everything into the second half of the season is helping. That's why these last few races have been a step forward." The status of Ferrari's #1 driver has always been implicit, and Charles Leclerc seemed to be the chosen one when he joined the team in 2019. But has the hierarchy shifted after Carlos Sainz is challenging Leclerc's #1 status at Ferrari? As Italian sports journalist and author Leo Torini said, Ferrari finds itself in the unexpected situation of having 2 captains. Before, Leclerc was the leader, but now Sainz has climbed the hierarchy. It's time to face the truth. Ferrari hasn't been at its best for a while now, and 2023 has been no exception. Carlos Sainz, aware of the competitive landscape, recently stated that the best Ferrari can hope for in a race is a 5th or 6th place finish. But Charles Leclerc, the other half of the dynamic duo, has a different perspective. He boldly declared, "My goal is to fight for wins, not fighting for 5th, 6th place." But before we get into the recent turning point in Ferrari's fortunes after the summer break, it's important to note that Charles Leclerc was the favoured driver at Ferrari for a significant portion of the season. This preference was largely due to his strong qualifying performances. In the first half of the season, out of 12 races, Leclerc outperformed Sainz in qualifying on 8 occasions. This often meant that Ferrari leaned towards supporting Leclerc during races, even when Sainz displayed superior race pace on Sundays. As F1 journalist Robert Chinchero explained, Charles has the talent to put himself in front at the key moment. Sainz has to be in a position to be in front. If he's always the one behind, the situation gets complicated. However, everything changed in the past 3 race weekends. Ferrari introduced crucial upgrades at Zandvoort, marking the first race after the summer break. While Leclerc grappled with the car's balance, Sainz impressed everyone by securing a 6th place starting position on the grid. And that was just the beginning. Sainz took it up a notch on race day, ultimately finishing in 5th place. Monza was another significant moment, with Sainz securing pole position and successfully fending off Leclerc in the race's closing stages to claim the final podium spot. And then came Singapore, a race that Sainz described as his smoothest operation in Ferrari, from start to finish. During a discussion on the F1 Nation podcast, host Tom Clarkson made a significant observation. Relative to Charles Leclerc, he is now Ferrari's #1 guy, Carlos. or has been since the break. Former Formula One driver Pedro Della Rosa chimed in, shedding light on Leclerc's apparent struggle with the car. If you look back at the Spanish GP, where he was struggling with the car, Ferrari brought a big upgrade there. Since Ferrari brought these upgrades, it seems like Charles is having more difficulty with his driving style and finding himself comfortable. Now, here's the interesting bit. The SF23, Ferrari's current Formula One car, works better in an understeer setup, which suits Sainz but not so much Leclerc. Clearly, there's a shift happening within the Ferrari team, and while things might not be going smoothly for Leclerc, Sainz is in a prime position right now with his impressive form and a championship lead. The reason for this is simple: Charles' stagnancy. Simply put, while Charles Leclerc appears to have hit a plateau, his teammate is thriving. Sainz has been on an impressive streak of strong showings on the track. Now, let's talk about the recent Singapore Grand Prix, where qualifying on a street circuit is absolutely crucial. In the first half of the season, the odds would likely have been in Leclerc's favor. It looked like the Monegasque driver was about to gain the upper hand as he tackled the Marina Bay circuit during his final flying lap. But in an intriguing twist, Sainz narrowly edged him out, securing the prime position for Turn 1 on race day. And what followed was a masterclass in race execution, with a perfectly executed strategic plan that led Sainz to his second career victory. While Sainz and his team celebrated the P1 and P4 positions, Leclerc couldn't hide his disappointment. It means a lot for the team to win this race after all the hard work. It's a great reward for all our work this year as a team. But I cannot hide my disappointment, as I wanted a better result today. But it's up to me to do a better job. The Spanish reporter Cristobal Rossellini pointed out the shifting dynamics within the Ferrari team during the DAZN broadcast. All around the world, they say that Carlos is the one leading the way at Ferrari, which would have been unimaginable just 3 months ago. He added, "In a way, it reminds me of the 2019 Brazilian Grand Prix, when it became clear that Leclerc was clearly outperforming Sebastian Vettel, and the team had been prioritizing the 4-time world champion, the one they believed could save them, and had come close to fighting for championships with Hamilton, while many of us realized that the Monegasque driver was clearly faster. Until then, it was one way. In that GP, the tables turned, and it was a one-way street. What is clear is that there is no longer a superiority of Leclerc within the team." Meanwhile, the Italian media is also going completely gaga over Sainz, as La Gazzetta dello Sport's Luigi Perna said, "Sainz was perfect, like Villeneuve at Jarama in 1981. He is intelligent like Niki Lauda and smart like Alain Prost. Until now, Sainz was a solid and reliable driver. After Singapore, he is a champion. He has changed the game and enters the class of drivers capable of doing special things like Hamilton or Alonso." It's safe to say, then, that these recent race weekends have been pivotal in reshaping Ferrari's trajectory in Formula One. As Carlos Sainz continues to shine at Scuderia Ferrari, the debate rages on regarding his status within the team. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and comment below with your thoughts on Sainz's rise at Ferrari. And hit that subscribe button for more Formula One updates.